G'day mates, Captain Doug here. Welcome to Houseboats 101. The party is over. All the guests are back aboard and we are heading back to the dock. Now comes the trickiest part of handling a houseboat, docking the beast. If there ever is a time to know your weather, and particularly wind direction, now is that time. As I indicated in a previous episode, our dock and slip is in a relatively sheltered part of our marina. However, the wind still has three possible directions, even in that area. Most often, the wind near our dock blows from the northwest down the channel, or from the south up the channel, and finally an easterly blowing in a direction out of the slip. Of all those three directions, the northwester is the one that can cause the greatest difficulty for us when docking our boat. As you navigate through your marina, check all the flags around to gauge the direction and power of the wind. The straighter the flag, the stronger the wind. The best wind forecast is for light and variable winds. This means the wind will be 5 knots or less, which should give you no problem at all. Winds 5 to 10 knots would normally be okay as well. However, depending on the direction, you will have to take care coming in. Winds 10 to 15 or more are likely to give you some trouble, particularly if the direction is 90 degrees or perpendicular to your slip. Recently, I watched one houseboat attempting to dock in this type of situation, and the wind was above 15 knots. Each time the boat approached the dock, it was blown sideways. Kudos to the captain as he persisted through 5 or 6 attempts, but finally got the boat home. Once you have established any issues wind may cause near your slip, make sure you discuss your approach with your crew well before you reach the dock. The way our dock is situated, we have to approach from the south and at an angle to get into the dock. Now is a good time to examine the various scenarios available to me when docking in a windy situation. If the wind is from the northwest, as it typically is here, the actual motion of the boat will tend to push the boat towards the starboard dock finger as we enter the slip. If the wind is coming from the south or southeast, as it sometimes does, the boat will be pushed further down the channel towards the port side dock finger. The same thing will happen with an easterly wind coming straight out of the slip. The bow of the boat, with that magnificent front enclosure acting like a sail, will be pushed towards the port side finger. If you get caught trying to dock in a strong wind, you may need to control the effect of the wind on the boat using the main engines. One time I was coming in and a thunderstorm created a very strong wind down the channel. The best option would have been to back out and wait until the wind stopped. However, I was on one engine at the time and really had to dock, so I used the method where I reversed up the channel into the wind, past the dock, then used the engines in reverse to slowly allow the wind to push me towards the dock. Fortunately, the wind today is light and variable, so we should be able to drive right into the slip. The rule when approaching your slip is only travel at the speed at which you are comfortable hitting the dock. In other words, really slow. Since I prefer to drive from the flybridge, I position the first mate where she can see the boat's position in relation to the starboard side dock finger. She will now let me know when the bow of the boat is past the finger, so I can now pivot the boat to go straight into the slip. Now, in the interest of transparency, I have to admit having thrusters, bow and stern, really makes the job of docking much easier. Once back in the slip, just reverse the procedure you went through in leaving the dock. Leave the engines running until the boat is tied up, then shut them down. Only then should the captain leave the ship. Next episode, I'll take you through the process of renovating a houseboat, and we have done 6 of them over the years, from a 60-footer right up to an 84-foot beauty. Cheers, mate.